বম্বে হয়ে নাইজেরিয়া নাইরোবিতে একটা শপে তারপরে জোহানেসবার্গ। তো সাউথ আফ্রিকার ট্যুরটা অনেক বাধা বিঘ্নের মধ্যে দিয়ে হচ্ছিল। এর আগের সিজনে আমি বুক করেছিলাম, কিন্তু ওরা প্যাসেঞ্জারের অভাবে বা অন্য কোনো কারণে ক্যান্সেল করে দিয়েছিল। তো এবার একটা অন্য নতুন এরকম ট্রাভেল এজেন্টের সাথে যাচ্ছি। আমরা বম্বে এয়ারপোর্টে এসেছি 8:30টার সময়। এখন বাজে 12:40। আমাদের ফ্লাইট 2:20-তে কেনিয়ার। এখান থেকে বোর্ডিং করতে হবে 2টোর মধ্যে। ওয়েট করছি অনেকটা সময়।
For those traveling within country, attend to yourself first before attending others. Or hand someone else. Also pay attention to the seat pockets in front of you. For any small items that you may
আমরা এখন কেপটাউন থেকে এয়ারপোর্ট থেকে বেরিয়ে আমাদের এই গাড়িটা এই কেপটাউনে ঘোরার জন্য থাকবে। আমাদের সাথে সবচেয়ে জুনিয়র প্লেয়ার আছে, এরপরে মোহনবাগানে সাইন করবে, ঠিক করে রেখেছে। আমি
and then in the same day helicopter ride and the Table Mountain. Last time I did it. Yeah, this is my second time. I am very good friend here. Last time he was with Abdullah, the name is Abdullah. You know, na?
Was your tour guide?
Guys from George to Johannesburg. And then to Johannesburg airport to Kogar. Kogar and
Islam area.
How far is it from the airport? How far is it from the airport?
Mile.
Yes.
30 minutes. That's very deep.
নাহলে ওই যেগুলো জাহাজগুলো দাঁড়াবে নেলসন ম্যান্ডেলা।
Jewel of India.
আমরা এখন এখানে লাঞ্চ করতে এসেছি। লাঞ্চটা এখানে নয়, লাঞ্চটা করব হচ্ছে হলো আমরা ইন্ডিয়ান একটা রেস্টুরেন্টে, সেটা হলো এটা।
উপরে কিভাবে ওরা ঘুমিয়ে আছে, শুয়ে আছে, অদ্ভুত। অদ্ভুত এক্সপিরিয়েন্স।
You're gonna get two.
হ্যাঁ
Hey. Let her in.
যেটা আমরা লাক্ষাদ্বীপে দেখেছিলাম কালো কালো অনেক বড় বড়, সেটা এখানে কালারটা
এটা হচ্ছে ছেলেরা এই পাউচের মধ্যে রাখে বাচ্চাকে। এই যে কত আছে এখানে, কতগুলো আছে। মেলরা কিন্তু পাউচের মধ্যে ওর যে বাচ্চাগুলোকে এই যে এটা জিনিস পারে
10টা বাজে এখানকার টাইম অনুযায়ী। আমরা ডিনার করতে এসেছি ইন্ডিয়ান রেস্টুরেন্টে। সকালে যেটায় দুপুরে যেটায় খেয়েছিলাম লাঞ্চ, সেটাও খুব ভালো ছিল, সুন্দর ছিল। ফুড কোয়ালিটিও খুব ভালো ছিল। এখন এখানে দেখা যাচ্ছে এটাও খারাপ হবে না, ভালো ভিড় আছে। 27th গুড মর্নিং। আমরা এখন ব্রেকফাস্ট করে তারপরে বেরিয়ে যাব টেবিল মাউন্টেন নেলসন ম্যান্ডেলাকে যেখানে আটকানো হয়েছিল সেই আইল্যান্ডে। আমরা এখন রবিন আইল্যান্ডে যাওয়ার জন্য রেডি হচ্ছি।
দিদি তোমাকে পুরো সার্টিফিকেট দেয়নি, বল দিদি হচ্ছে, এখনো দিদি হয়নি।
না না, আমাদেরকে বলে না হচ্ছে, বাঙালি আমরা সবাই যেটাই হচ্ছে।
ওই এটা হ্যাঁ, এই কিন্তু আমার দাদা। তাহলে হচ্ছে ভালোই হবে।
এটা DJI ইয়ে পকেট গিম্বল বলে, খুব ভালো। মানে এটার ভিডিও রেজুলেশন এত ভালো, 4K-তে।
এই দেখুন আমার ছবি।
আচ্ছা, বাহ, এটা তো অন্য লুকস পুরো।
আমার
कर जो
আমরা ওই লজের থেকে নেমে এখন বাসে উঠে যাবো যেখানে কালাবুড়ি ছিল
Very happy here today. The weather today is in your favor. 2 days ago, whole of last week, we had to cancel boats coming to Robben Island. High sea swells, strong wind. Even early this morning on Robben Island, the wind was extremely strong. And we as workers, we were hoping that the wind's going to last throughout the day. Gentlemen, you spoiled my day off. Robben Island, a very unique island. Now, except that the island was a place of banishment for political prisoners, many other things happen on the island too. And on our journey now around the island, before the prison, I'm going to touch on all these little stories. The makeup of Robben Island over hundreds and hundreds of years. And also, my friend, what makes the island so unique. So many nationalities touch down here. From all over the world. Over the hundreds and hundreds of years. You name the country in the world, it was either on the island or played a meaningful contribution to our freedom. Where we are today, at least to tell the story. And on our journey around the island, I'll make sure I'll come back to all your great contributions to our freedom. But just to test my theory for 1 minute, I have to wait for the other two buses to go a little bit ahead before we can move. And just while waiting, who is not from South Africa? You are from which part, brother?
India.
My friends, believe if I tell you, 300 years ago, the Indians too were political prisoners on this island. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
At the end of the program, I'll touch how the Indians landed here 300 years ago as political prisoners. Okay, you can celebrate. I'll give you a chance. Yeah. The old African slogan, in Africa we say, why is it that the Indian can never win a soccer match? You know why? Because whenever they get a corner, they want to open up a shop down there. We know these Indians in Africa as tradesmen, business people. And don't worry, my forefathers are also from there. I'll touch on that story. And I have my friend from the USA as well as here. Now you too played a big role in our freedom like the Indians. I'll touch on your contributions. For your information, my friends, I was part of the struggle against the old government. And I traveled the world extensively in search for support for the fight down here. But one country I've never been to, the USA. And gentlemen, I so much want to go to America for 2 reasons. My second hobby is astronomy, stargazing. And you've got the best and best of space observatory stations in the world. I say it in case the gentleman sitting over there is an astronomer, so that he can invite me over. But with the look in his eyes, he cannot differentiate the moon from the sun. And my American friend, the second reason why I really want to go to America before I die, I want to go to Graceland. I grew up in an Elvis Presley home. You name the Elvis song,
Yeah.
I can sing it for you.
Yeah.
But you two played a role. And I have my friend from France here. My friend from France, how you impact upon us. 200 years ago,
200 ans en arrière,
there was a big fight in France.
il y a eu une bataille en France.
Protestants and the Catholics.
Les protestants et les catholiques.
The French fled to South Africa in their hundreds.
Les Français sont venus en masse, des centaines.
But the French did not come empty-handed.
Ils sont pas venus vite, les Français, les légumes français, protestants.
Oui, descendre La Rochelle.
The French came with a grapevine.
Vous avez emmené les vignes, les vignobles.
It was the French who taught us the art of drinking.
Oui, si, c'est eux qui ont emmené les vignobles.
Voilà.
Today we cannot stop drinking in this country.
Aujourd'hui, on va arrêter de boire de ce pays.
But the French too played a role in our freedom.
Et de la liberté.
And the reason I ask you which country you're from, I want to build your country into our story. Otherwise, I leave it out. Is there any other country,
Pour
perhaps?
ça, pour savoir si votre pays a contribué.
Canada.
Et pas les Indiens.
My
qui
friend
ont
from
contribué.
Canada.
Mahatma Gandhi était là.
If you're going to tell me that you're the manager of the Greenpeace Association, you're every second Canadian is a member of Greenpeace, then I got another story for you. But in any case, I'll touch on how you impact upon us here. But coming to our freedom, you two played a big, big role in our freedom. My friends, I have to run from here. Yes, this side is no other country. All from India.
Donc, tout
My friends,
en Afrique du Sud.
my friend from Brazil, what will you do if I tell you? I met your president Lula personally. I've been to your country. In the days of our struggle, you supported us greatly in our struggle. 1997, Mr. Mandela turned Robben Island from a prison to a museum.
97, c'est devenu un musée ici.
We never had these luxurious buses. My Brazilian lady, I want you to read right in front there. It's called
Marco Polo, yeah, this company.
It is a Brazilian bus
Yeah.
company who donated 10 of these buses to Robben Island.
C'est un don.
If anything goes wrong today in this bus, that's the lady to be. My friends,
Sur la partie de la lutte.
the very first political prisoner to Robben Island, 1653. The very last we have left this island a free man, 1991. So you can imagine what happened in between these two dates. But once again, my friends, at the end of the day, we'll have to come back to the rest of the world and say thank you to you. During the days of our struggle for freedom, it was your countrymen who came back, supported us in the struggle, brought us where we are today, at least to tell the story. And on our journey around the island, I'll make sure I'll come back to all your great, great contributions to our freedom. Right.
Vos pays,
Thank you.
la France,
200 years ago, a severe sickness pandemic hit South Africa. And the name of the pandemic, Cold War, broke out. And then the entire island turned to a huge military base to protect the Cape Town harbor from any possible German or Japanese invasion. And during the latter period, Second World War period, all political prisoners off the island. At our next stop, I'm going to explain to you how the political prisoners will return back to Robben Island. But once again, my friends, 1831 up to 1941, 110 years, Robben Island, isolation camp, sickness, leprosy.
1931, et des pays isolés,
What's the name?
Springbok. Jump. Doesn't walk like that.
Et des fugues de barbarie à côté. Des fugues de barbarie à côté. Les figues sont.
It was only that single house on the entire plot of land. Where the bus is standing now was a huge watchtower. To watch over him that he must not escape. Now, my friends, seeing that all of you are not from South Italy in this country. In those days, under the old government, if you're a black person in this country, male or female, You had to carry a little booklet in your pocket 24 hours a day. And should the police catch you without that booklet outside your house, 3 to 6 months in prison. And written in that booklet, out of many, many laws and rules, one of it, your area of movement, a black person, male or female, in the country of birth, they were not allowed to move freely from city to city, town to town, unless government grants permission in that booklet. Neither were they not allowed to work or to school wherever they wanted. They say a man would run into a burning house, not to save his children, the booklet. Because without that booklet outside his house, he means nothing. He can't even take a walk to his workplace. Should the police catch you in between the house and the workplace without that booklet? The slogan was, "Black man, you must go to prison." That was one of the many plights of the black people. On the 21st of March 1960, which is today, a sacred day in our calendar, public holiday, Human Rights Day.
Yeah.
Even United Nations accepted that day, 21st of March, as International Human Rights Day.
Right.
On that day, the 21st of March 1960, this man Sobukwe, he was a professor. He said, "Today I'm going to give up my job as a professor. I'm going to join the struggle for the freedom of my people." And on the 21st of March 1960, he instructed all the black people countrywide to march to all police stations without them, to hand themselves over to the police to be arrested. They followed his call by the thousands. They brought the entire country to a standstill that day. Unfortunately. On that day, the 21st of March 1960, in front of one police station, in the town called Sharpeville, after the police arrested the first 100 without the booklet, when they looked through the window of the police station, there were thousands outside waiting to be arrested without the booklet. Instead, the police came out with a machine gun, and within 5 minutes they gunned down 69 in front of that police station. Can you imagine the stampede of thousands running for their lives? Most of them shot in the back while running away. Countrywide that day there were killings. Countrywide that day arrests were made by the thousands. The country was in chaos. The army had to be called in. And it was on that day when the old government realized freedom. And when the old government realized that determination of the black people, they quickly reopened Robben Island for political prisoners after the Second World War. And they immediately built a prison on that side. They arrested the professor too. They first gave him a 3-year sentence, which he served on the mainland, Johannesburg. But when his 3 years were over, 1963, the situation in this country was so explosive, they could not afford the professor his freedom. They brought him to Robben Island. And because he already served his sentence on the mainland, Human Rights Day, it was on that day too when the eyes of the world opened upon South Africa. The very first 2 countries who stepped in support for our fight against the old government. The Canadian government and the Indian government. It was a Canadian and Indian government of the 1960s, the first 2 countries who took the South African case to the United Nations, exposed the atrocities to the rest of the world. And my friend from Canada, it was one of your prime ministers, he has some German name, Devender, I think.
No.
That's correct. Who kicked South Africa out of the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah.
a great contribution. Isolate the country. And then once again, my friend from Canada and India, or rather from Brazil, let me touch on Brazil here. The other part of the fight against the old government. In those days, you could have been the best of athletes, the best of sport.
Yeah.
That's my way.
Yeah, fantastic.
Apologize.
Thank you very much. And just finally, I don't know whether I mentioned it, that after 1969, in the old government, out of 200 seats in parliament, the opposition party won only 1 out of 200 seats. And that one seat was held by a powerful Jewish lady, Helen Susan. She fought tooth and nail for the freedom of the professor of the island. After 6 years, she succeeded. They released him from the island, banished him to a small town, central South Africa, Kimberley. He died in 1978, age 54. Some books claim they poisoned him on the island. Other books claim he died of cancer. The forgotten hero, the pacer, the man who started the revolution, Robert Sobukwe. And the leadership were never more than 30 at a time. Mr. Mandela worked in this quarry 13 years. Now what was very bad working in this quarry was a reflection of the brightness of the white lime upon their eyes. And they were not allowed dark glasses, except the last 2 years. Philosophy of the 3 M's. The philosophy of that of Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, Mandela.
Yeah,
This is where this country is heading now at the moment. In short, my friends, what I really try to get across to you, feel extremely honored. You're actually standing now on the campus of a university once upon a time. Maybe nothing in comparison to my Harvard graduate sitting over there. But those who educated down here now head of West leading the way. Mr. Mandela worked in this quarry 13 years. My friends, I can talk about this quarry till the cows come home. But there's a bus behind us. Now, my friend from India, no story is complete in South Africa unless you mention the name of Mahatma Gandhi. You know the rest of the story. But studies biography and the South African chapter will understand what I'm talking about. To come and look after our lepers. This was their church. The lepers had their own church down the road. My friends, if you go into this church, written against the wall inside, big and bold, the name May Harvey. Now, May Harvey was a very, very young English Catholic nun who came all the way 1846 from London to a remote island, Robben Island, come and look after our lepers, called the lunatics in those days. But they always say it was visitors. Should we apply the same norm today? What they applied then, 200 years ago, who is mad and not mad? I guarantee you, half of this world today would have been on this island. So strict were they those days. So Robben Island was a mental asylum for 100 years. And you can imagine what these mental patients went through. And it was not medical personnel who look after the mental patients, ordinary army officers. So you can imagine what they had to go through on Robben Island. For 100 years it was a mental asylum.
Et il a dit, si aujourd'hui on se sent et donc ils habitaient dans leur famille, ils avaient tout, et pendant ce temps, M. Mandela
has landed in South Africa? Just to answer the question from the young man over here. My friends, the population today on the island is only 100. The cleaning staff and the maintenance people. All the 300 houses of the guards are empty. We are in the process of turning all these empty houses into overnight accommodation. We could have done it long since. But the trouble was the Greenpeace Association from Canada. We have a lot of turtles on Robben Island. The Greenpeace of Canada, they are more worried about the turtles and we want to make money on the island. But we are in the process. Remember, Robben Island is a World Heritage Site. You cannot kill any animal on the island unless you get permission from the top. So these are sort of the complications why we can't use these empty houses. But nevertheless, my friends, the name of the island, the name Robben Island comes from the Dutch word. Rob meaning seal, the sea lion.
Oh.
When the Dutch landed here 350 years ago, the island was flooded with sea. And in their language they call it Robben Island. Ever since we carry the name Robben Island. Visitors to this island. You are part of the creation of one job opportunity on the island. From the sweeper up to the highest person. For that we say to you, thank you very much for visiting Robben Island. Today when we open up the island, we have made sure to bring back ex-political prisoners. One will take you through the process now. If you can't get hold of them, at least political activists as a job opportunity. If you can't get hold of them, at least their children, our bus driver. And we give the children job opportunities, we also help them to further their education. For that we say to you, with all your contribution coming to this island, we can make ends meet to have ex-political prisoners, pay them, political activists, their children, further their education. For that we say to you, thank you very much. Finally, my friends, one last favor, you are not coming back to this bus. You're going to take a walk from the prison to the harbor.
Okay.
So when you leave your seat, please take a double check that you don't leave anything behind. Especially your mobile phone. We have hundreds of unclaimed phones. If you really want to do us a favor, rather forget your wallets. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.
Sentences ranging from 20, 25, 28, and even life sentence. Shall we move to one of the cells that is where all the discussion will take place? Thank you for me.
টয়লেট 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 টয়লেট
এখনকার তিহারি এর থেকে খারাপ করে Let me talk to you about this map that you see on my left-hand side of the page. I was only 13 years old when I was sitting next to a hot stove and I developed fits for the first time. And I fell on the stove. That's this mark that you see on my left-hand side of the face. It is totally nothing to do with my torture. Thank you once again. Now, this is according to protocol. You guys are not allowed to take videos inside here, no recordings. This is B section. This is where all the leaders of different political organizations were held. The likes of the ANC, PAC, AZAPO, Black Consciousness Movement, the Nana Line, the South African Communist Party, the Yo Chi Chen Club, as well as SWAPO. This is where they used to while away time, like play volleyball, tennis, even running their half marathons. Yeah. If you remember, at one stage, Mr. Mandela wrote a book by the name Long Walk to Freedom. Now, those manuscripts were hidden under this great tree. Upon some of these images, they were smuggled out by them. Now, let's talk about this picture that we see in front of us. These guys were separated into two. These ones on this side were sewing letterbacks. And these ones on this side, as you can see, this one is wielding a hammer and a scorching sign without any eye protection as a sign of punishment, crushing rocks. Just like that, one after the other, just like that. As we speak, those who are still alive are partly blind because of the splinters that went in their eyes, because they did not get any medical treatment. This picture here of Mr. Mandela and Mr. Sisulu. By the way, Mr. Mandela was recruited into politics by Mr. Sisulu. There was a rumor at one stage that Mr. Mandela has passed on. So the outside community, they wanted closure. So journalists from all over the world came to South Africa just to make sure whether Mr. Mandela was alive or not. So this picture here of Mr. Mandela and Mr. Sisulu, this picture was taken by one of those foreign journalists, a British journalist. Now, the moment that you guys have been waiting for has finally arrived. I'm taking you to your favorite cell, and all I want you to do, especially those who will be in the front taking pictures, just do so. Once you took your pictures, move away so that others at the back can also have a chance. Follow me now to your favorite cell. Mr. Mandela said, thank you, man. That's really Two to three people at the same time can take pictures. Once you're done, please follow me over there. I'll wait for you.
Nelson Mandela cell
Let's take pictures and move away.
নেলসন ম্যান্ডেলার আমরা ইয়ে দেখে
Yeah, he was here. He was here. He was here. Hello. Let's wait for the artists to join us before we leave. You for acknowledging what we went through. And by the way, you guys were not here in January, so I may as well say to all of you, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you.
I wish you all the best and may God bless you. Thank you so much.
থ্যাংক ইউ থ্যাংক ইউ
Thank you. Thank you.
We are free from.
Thank you so much.
Now we are free.
Yes, you're free now. You can go that way. Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Happy to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
এইটার সাথে একবার টিপলে একবারে উঠে যাবে তো থ্রিলিং লাগছে দেখা যাক কি হয় Me and my pilot. What's your name? Chuck. Now we have to go. আজকে ডিনারের জন্য এখানে আসা হয়েছে। এখন এখানে টাইম হচ্ছিল 8:45। আমরা ডিনারের জন্য ঢুকছি।